Hi guys, it's Ariana. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are doing the Boxy charm unboxing. So this is April of 2019, obviously. April's box. So I got it in the mail about a week ago or so and I just haven't had time to do it. So I have nothing on my face. I don't even have primer on my face. The only thing that I have on my face right now is my brows, which I needed because I went out today and I wasn't wearing any makeup, but I just wanted to have brows on. So I did my brows about, I don't know, 6 hours ago. So I just have brows on, nothing else. So I don't actually know what's in the box. I know that we're getting a pure palette, but other than that I don't really know what the spoilers were this month. I wasn't really paying attention. So when I opened up my box, it looks like this. And the first thing I see when I look inside it is a glow powder. So I got Artistic Couture Diamond Glow Powder. So it looks like this up close. This is what the packaging looks like. I have no idea what it is. So this is Artistic Couture Diamond Glow Powder. So this is an all-natural, vegan, and cruelty-free loose powder. So it's a highlight, and it retails for $27. So outside of the package, it looks like this. So this is the Summer Haze shade. So it is like a very, like a champagne kind of color. So I'm gonna take it out of the package. So when you unscrew it, it looks like this. On the inside it has like a little safety on it. So I actually hate the design of this package. This package is really stupid. It was impossible to get open. It doesn't actually turn very well. I had to use scissors to like turn it, and then we had to use pliers to actually like break it open, and even then like turning it, none of the powder is coming through it. So the package design is really stupid. I did not like this little mechanism at all. It took us using pliers to actually pull it off of it because it just wasn't working. And the fact that it is supposed to spin so that you can get the product open, the product doesn't actually come through. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but it's not working at all. So I think the package is really dumb. Not to mention it's only half full, so for a full-size product for $27, I think that is extremely overpriced. I would like it to be full if I'm going to be paying $27. That's a little bit ridiculous. You get 4.5 grams, so net weight of 0.16 of an ounce. So I think for how much powder you get, it is extremely overpriced. So probably won't be repurchasing this, but I'm going to try it out anyway. So I'm just taking a little bit of powder on a fan brush and I'm just going to put it on my hand and see. So it is a really pretty glow. You probably won't be able to see it until I put my makeup on, but it is a really pretty powder. It looks like this up close. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty champagne kind of color. It's the Summer Haze shade, and when I put it on my hand, it does come like a very glittery, I don't know if you can really see it, really glittery look. It doesn't really look gold on my hand, it just kind of looks like sparkly, but it is really pretty. I just think that the packaging is really flawed and the amount of product you get for the price is not very good. So that retails for $27. So the next thing that I see in here is a Peel Holographic Lip Gloss. So I am not going to try this on today because I personally don't like lip gloss. I can't stand it. I never use it. I will never use it. And the fact that they're giving us holographic lip gloss is really, really funny to me because that is something that I would have worn in like the 90s or 2000s. It's not something that I'm going to wear in 2019. So this is a past kind of item for me. I don't like lip glosses and I'm never going to use a holographic lip gloss. I think that is really tacky and just not for me. So this is from the brand Appeal and this retails for $21. So this is what the lip gloss looks like. It is this holographic white color with blue lid. It's a cute package design. I just will never use a holographic lip gloss, probably ever. So that's something I'm either going to be giving away to a friend, family, or I will put it away and maybe use it on like a mermaid look for like special effects. But as for like everyday makeup, not really something I would use. So I'm gonna put that to the side. The next thing that I see is brushes. So we are getting another pair of, well, another trio of brushes from Lexi. And as you guys know from watching my channel, I love Lexi brushes. My entire brush set is like a mixture of brushes that I've gotten from subscription boxes, but the majority of my brushes are Lexi, so I do love getting brushes. So these retail for $28 and they're really, really cute. This is the Summer Haze brush set. So So this is what the brushes look like in the little packaging that you get. It has like a little Ferris wheel on it. It's really cute. These are pink brushes with a gold kind of band, and they look really cute. I love getting Lexi brushes, so I will never complain. Usually when I get brushes, as of lately, I've been giving them away because I haven't really needed them because I have so many brushes in my makeup collection already, but I do want to keep these ones just because they are really cute and I just really like Lexi in general. So this is what the brushes look like. They are really cute. They feel exactly like Lexi brushes. They're super soft. So we get a large shader brush, a small contouring brush, and a small shader brush. So these are really cute brushes. For the price, I do like Lexi, so $28 is not that expensive, especially because we're getting 3 brushes. The next thing that I see in the bag is Bally Bronze Eye Pencil. So this is a pencil. It is not like it's not a pencil that I would like to use. I don't really like using pencil brushes. So I'm probably going to give this away just because I don't personally think I'll ever use it. This is what it looks like up close. It is a bronze shade and it is a pencil kind of crayon, and I don't like using these brushes, so I'm going to give this away. So this retails for $14, and I'm just going to move it over to where the lip gloss is just because I don't use those type of brushes, and I don't use those type of pencils, and it's not a color that I would even use in general. I don't need a bronze pencil, I need black. So I'm gonna put that to the side and leave it there. And the last thing that I see in the box is the Pure palette. So this is Pure Festival, so it's a 12-piece pressed pigment palette. It's really cute. I like the packaging. It has all of the shades on the back, so we are getting some colors this month, which is really great, not just cranberries. So I'm going to open this up and see how these shades look and work, because as you guys know from the past boxes, I never seem to have any really good luck with Pure. I kind of think that they are not a very good brand. I have never had a palette that I've actually liked or used on the regular, so the fact that we keep getting Pure in Boxy charms is a little bit upsetting just because I don't really like them. So you get the palette and you also get a primer with it. So that's really cool that they added a primer in with it. I'm probably going to use the Morphe concealer or the ColourPop primer before I use these shadows because I personally like using those and I know they perform. So I probably won't use the primer today, but the palette looks like, I hate when companies do this, they tape their security thing down instead of just letting it come off, so it's kind of annoying. So this is what the palette looks like, and it has this signature Pure scent. So it smells like vanilla, and I don't understand why companies feel the need to scent their eyeshadows. It's weird, but I do like the fact that it comes with a mirror, so that's really great because my mirror broke, and I only have like the really zoom in one now, so I'm glad that it came with a mirror. But I don't understand why Pure always has to scent their shadows. They always smell like vanilla and I just don't like it. So I'm gonna swatch these shadows for you guys on my hand and we can see if this palette will be good or not, because I have not had any good luck with Pure in the past, so I'm fingers crossing, hoping that this palette works out. So this palette retails for $36, so it is a fairly expensive palette, and Pure is a about medium to expensive brand. Like, it is in the normal range because you are getting 15 shadows for $36, but I mean, I still prefer BH Cosmetics or ColourPop Cosmetics where you're getting 12 shadows for $12. But I'm going to swatch these on my hand. So this is Free Spirit, Epic, and All Night. So here's All Night, Epic, and Free Spirit. So that's what those shades look like. I really like the Free Spirit shade. It is a holographic kind of silvery gold color and it's really pretty. I'm going to move on to Psychedelic, Gypsy, and Hidden Desert. So Psychedelic, Gypsy, and Hidden Desert. So those shades are actually really pretty. These swatches are actually very impressive considering I've never had a good palette from Pure before. So this might actually be the palette that I absolutely love. Up close, these are what the shades look like. So I'm really excited for the holographic kind of shimmery ones because they're really gorgeous, and that purple, the gypsy color, is actually really, really pretty. So these are what they look like up close, and this is the first half of the palette. I'm gonna move on to Good Vibes, Wild Child, and Sunset. So this is Good Vibes, Wild Child, and Sunset. So those are really gorgeous colors. I love that hot pink color. I'm actually incredibly impressed with how these are swatching. They are really, really, really gorgeous. So I'm especially liking the shimmers. They're really pretty. So the next one is Peace, 2K, 24K Magic, and Firework. So here is Peace, here is 24K Magic, and here is Firework. So we are getting pressed glitters in this palette as well, and those actually seem to be swatching really, really gorgeously, but you'll probably still need to use a glitter primer with using those colors. So I'll zoom you guys in. So these are what the last shades look like. So I'm really, really impressed with all of the shades actually. The mattes show up really well with swatches. The glitters are really, really pretty, and the shimmers are absolutely stunning. So I'm actually incredibly impressed with this palette, and I definitely want to make an eye look with it tonight. The only thing that sucks about doing swatches with glitter is this happens. So, now I have to like scrub my hand clean of glitter. But so I am going to do a look with this palette. So I think I'm going to prime my eyes first off using the Morphe concealer. So this is the shade C125, and I'm just going to prime my entire eyelid. Now, if you guys are new to my channel and you're just checking it out now, I like to do my eyes one at a time for primer with this concealer. With the ColourPop concealer, I don't tend to need to do it one at a time because it doesn't dry as fast. I find that the Morphe concealer dries down incredibly quickly, so I like to do it one at a time, or else it makes working with the product actually very difficult on my eyes. So I just like to make a base on my eyes with a pretty light concealer, just because it makes the colors pop from the eyeshadow pop more and makes it more colorful. So that's why I do it. And plus, I don't actually own any eyeshadow primers besides the little sample that they gave us in the palette, which was actually really nice of them. So that's really cool. So that is just the gist of me priming my eyes. I don't really do a whole lot. So I want to do a very quick look with this. I don't know exactly what kind of look I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna go grab my setting spray just so I can make the shimmers show up with a brush. All right, so looking at these brushes, I do think that the packer brush, the large packer brush, is going to be a little bit too large for what I'm used to. I'm used to this packer brush being pretty little. This one's pretty ginormous, so I will try it today, but I don't know if I'm actually going to like it. I'm also going to use my Luxie double-ended brush because that's the one that I always use. So the first color that I'm going to go into is going to be Epic. So I am going to go into just the neutral shade right here, and I'm going to put that all over my eyes. So touching in on the eyeshadow, it has a little bit of kick up, but nothing crazy. So as for my first impressions of this palette, putting it on in my crease, it's not as pigmented as I'm used to with other brands. So I'm used to like Morphe shadows being where you need like the tiniest amount of touch in the palette and you get like a ridiculous amount of pigment. This one you probably need to build it a little bit more. It's not as wow as Morphe is, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put this in my crease and just blend it out. So now the next color that I want to go into, I think I want to go into that hot pink color. So I'm going to go in with the Wild Child color, so which is that hot pink that's in the palette, and I'm going to put it on the large packer brush, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. I like this brush because it's really soft, but I do find that it is a little bit too big, so this may end up being a brush that I use for painting rather than for eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with my regular packer brush, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And then I'm going to go back into Epic, which was the first shade, and just blend those two colors together. Now on the inner corner, I think I'm going to do something similar to what I did the last look I did. So I'm going to go into Gypsy, which is that purple shade in the palette, this gorgeous purple shimmer shade, and I am going to see how it looks on a small definer brush like this on the inner corner without any setting spray. So I want to see if it shows up with a brush without any setting spray, and then if it doesn't, I will go in and I will use some setting spray. So it does show up a little bit, but not exactly like a very pigmented at all. So I'm gonna go in with the Gypsy color again on my brush, and I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I am going to coat my brush in it and then try again. So that actually shows up really, really well with using a setting spray, and I'm actually incredibly impressed. So now I'm gonna go back into Wild Child and just blend those two colors together. And then back into Epic and blend it into the crease. And then on the outer corner, I'm gonna go back into that purple color again. And I'm just going to put it on the outer corner. Just kind of bringing it across the top of the lid. And then I'm going to go back into Wild Child and just intensify that pink. So I'm noticing with these shadows that the more that you try to build them up and blend the colors together, the more that the pigment actually fades. So you can blend these shadows away. So with the pigment you're trying to build, you'll build up the color and then you'll try to go in and blend it, and it'll almost make the color like dim and disappear. So I'm finding that I'm having to use a lot more shadow than I'm used to, but kind of to be expected with this brand. I don't really have high hopes for Pure, but this is actually the most impressive palette that I've used so far with this brand. And that's just me playing around, not really trying to make an entire like tutorial or a look with it. I'm just playing around with the colors just to see what I can come up with. So now that I have the purple and the pink all mixed in together, I'm gonna try the Fireworks color. So I think I'm gonna have to go and grab my glitter glue, so I'm gonna go do that. So I am using the NYX NYX brand glitter glue, and I'm just going to take it on a flat, I think this is like a contour brush or concealer brush. And I'm just going to put the glitter glue right on the center where I laid that hot pink down. And now I am gonna go in with the same brush, and I'm gonna go into the color Fireworks. So that is this really, really, really pretty pink kind of glitter. And I'm going to lay that down. Now I'm gonna go back into that purple shade. So that is a pretty interesting eye look. This is a festival palette, so it's not exactly colors that I would use on the daily, but I'm gonna quickly go in and do the exact same thing on the other side. Do my foundation really quickly because I didn't really get any products in here that was full face of makeup. So I'm gonna quickly go in, do my full face of makeup, and come back and do the highlight with you guys just so we can see what it looks like. And then we can talk about the box. All right, so I just threw on some concealer and some foundation and a little bit of bronzer. So now I'm gonna go in with a Luxie 131 mini angle brush, and I'm gonna go back into the color, Hidden Desert, which is this bright, well it's not bright, which is this brown color, and I'm gonna mix it in with a little bit of Wild Child just to create a different type of pink. And I'm just going to run that underneath my waterline. And then on the inner corner, I am gonna go in with that little brush that I was using earlier for the purple. And I'm gonna go in with Wild Child, which is that bright pink color. And I'm just gonna put that on the inner corner, just to bring a little bit of pink into the inner corner. And now we can go in and we can see how this highlight works. So my highlight is the Artist Contour highlight. So I'm gonna go in with a tapered highlight brush, which is the Lexi 522, and I'm just going to how this works and if this highlight is as good as some of the other ones that I've used. So I didn't lay an oil down just because I wanted to see what this highlight looked like on its own, and it's pretty subtle, so it does give you like a very pretty glow in my high point where I'm laying it down, but it's nothing compared to Jeffree Star's, which is the one that I always use. So as for a highlight, it is really pretty. I think it would be really, really gorgeous on somebody with maybe a deeper complexion than me. I'm finding that this highlight is just a little bit too light for me and doesn't have enough like blinding, like I need like almost like a silver highlight to be able to see on my skin, just because that is how pale my skin is, and I'm finding that this highlight is just a little bit too subtle for me. It is really pretty, but it is just not really the right color for me. Maybe if I have in the summertime, once my complexion is a little bit more tanned, it'll show up a little bit more, but at the moment it is just a little bit too light. If I turn my lights down, you can see where the highlight is. It's just not a blinding highlight as I prefer. So I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice Palette, and I'm gonna go into the color Ice Cold, and I am just going to rectify this highlight. There it is. Oh yeah. I didn't even use an oil today just because I wanted to see how these highlights worked on their own, and using an oil will definitely bring out the highlight with the Artist Contour a little bit more, but it's just not really the right shade for me. It is really pretty, but maybe it'll be a highlight that I use in the summertime, whereas right now in the springtime I definitely need a blinding highlight, so that's what I decided to use. So this is pretty much the finished look. I think I'm gonna go throw on a pair of lashes and do a winged liner really quickly, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys about the box. Okay, so I just threw on some of my lashes and a little bit of mascara. So the last thing that I need to do to finish off this look is I need to take some of the highlighter, which I have some right here, and I just need to do my brow bone. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And my inner corner. And that is good. So I just used the Artist Contour, for the highlight. So it is a really pretty highlight. It's just not a lot of product for how expensive it is, and I like more of a silver highlight than I really do a gold one, but this is still a really pretty highlight. So once I total up this entire box, so I'm gonna do that really quickly. So this retails up to $126. So for $36 a month, because I live in Canada, it equals $126 in product. So I am going to be giving away 2 of the products. So I am going to be giving away the Appeal Cosmetics, which was the $21, and the eye pencil, which was $14. So the total of the box that I will be keeping and will be using is going to equal about $91. So that is still a deal no matter what way you look at it. So no matter if I give half of the box away, I'm still pretty much getting a deal because it was only $36 and I'm getting $91 worth of products that I want to keep. So I do think that this BoxyCharm, the subscription, is worth it. I just think that sometimes you get boxes that you really like and sometimes you get boxes that you really don't like. So as for this box in particular, I think my favorite thing in the box was actually the Pure palette. I did really enjoy this palette this month. So again, this is what the palette looks like. It is a really, really pretty color. You do have your neutral shades if you are not interested in the color, and then you do have the 2 pops of color in there. So this is a really wearable palette, so you can make some really gorgeous neutral looks, then you can make some really out there with glitter looks like I did tonight, and make some really pretty looks. So I do think this palette is worth it. in a subscription box. I do think this palette is worth it. As for if I was to go on Pure's website and buy it personally or look at it personally, I probably wouldn't be inclined to buy this palette simply for the fact that it's $36. I think that is pretty expensive for Pure. I think Pure is not really, shouldn't really be charging that much for palettes. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. This is the first palette that I've come across so far in all of the palettes that we've got in BoxyCharm that I actually enjoy. All of the other Pure palettes that I have in my collection that I've gotten, I didn't really like and I didn't think was worth it, and they're always about $36, so I think they are a little bit pricey for the quality and the formula. The shadows are really pretty. This palette did swatch really nicely, as you guys saw, and it did make a really gorgeous eyeshadow. It made a really pretty look. I just think that $36 is too expensive for this brand, considering Jeffree Star is only like $50 and his formula is outstanding and his shadows blow Pure completely out of the water, and he's only like $30 or $20 more. So I don't know, I think that this is a really pretty palette. I think this is the first palette that I'm actually impressed by from this brand, but as for the price tag, I probably wouldn't repurchase it simply because I think it's too expensive. But I think I've said that like 900 times. But I did really like the highlight. The highlight is really pretty. I just wish it was a different shade. If it was more of a silver, it would probably be more up my alley. The Pure palette's really nice. I'm not going to be using the lip gloss. I'm not going to be using the eyeliner. And then of course the brushes. I love Lexi brushes, so that's great. So this was my April box, so I'm really happy that BoxyCharm decided to give us some colors this month instead of cranberries. I'm so fucking tired of cranberries, goddamn. And even this palette was pretty neutral. There is a couple pops of colors, but it is a pretty neutral palette, so I'm glad that we're getting more colors, but at the same time, I would like a very colorful palette versus mostly neutral. But I mean, most people will complain if we got a very colorful palette, which is whatever. But this was my BoxyCharm this month. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys will stick around and support my channel. If you guys aren't already subscribed, do hit that subscribe button and turn on that little bell down there that notifies you whenever I post new videos so that you guys are always up to date. I just finished my giveaway. I'm about to go downstairs and check my Instagram, tally up all of the people that entered it, and post my winners. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, you guys should, because I do tons of giveaways and I like to give back to the people that watch my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please give me a big like if you guys like drafts. If you like drafts, like this video. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye!